What is going on, everyone? This is Nero again. Here for you some Madden 13 gameplay. So I figured I would give you guys a quick rundown of what's going on your screen throughout the majority of this video. So it's Browns versus Steelers, right? We're in Cleveland. It's heavy snow. It's nighttime. It's pretty cool. This is actually my first game of Madden 13. I decided I just went right to play now. Those who know a little bit about me know that I'm a Browns fan and I despise the Steelers. I want to play the Steelers. I want to beat them, and it's a really entertaining game. It gets some clutch fourth quarter moments, and we'll be seeing it. You guys will be seeing that all in good time. All in good time. So you guys may be wondering about Madden 13. Now, obviously, if you're watching this video like wait a couple months from now or something like that, this is old news. Madden's already out, you know, big whoop. But for those of you watching this video, the moment it comes out, you're going to be checking this out, your sub boxes and whatnot. You guys are going to be seeing, I have this game early. How do you get the game early, Nero? I'm going to answer that for you real quick. So, EA Sports Season Ticket. What you do with that is basically it's for both PS3 and Xbox 360, but I'm on the Xbox 360, so it costs 2,000 Microsoft points, which is roughly $25, I think. Yeah, I think it's about $25, and you get access to the game 3 days early. It's a full version of the game that's downloaded right to your Xbox. There's a catch on it though. It will basically, you know, delete itself right after those 3 days are up, making you, you know, forcing you to go out and buy the game. But you also see a bunch of other, you know, promotional discounts, like discounts on Madden Ultimate Team stuff, or you also get discounts on other downloadable content features from other games like Tiger Woods or FIFA or anything like that. So it's a kind of a good deal for someone like me that actually does buy a lot of sports games, does play a lot of sports games. I mean, I may not post a lot of them on my channel, but you know, I do play a lot of sports games. So there's my little quick cover, and look at the graphics on this game. Look at the snow. We got Joe Hayden go up there shaking hands with Ike Taylor, and oh man, love this game. This is a great game. I think if you guys just sit back and relax and listen to this commentary and just watch this game, I think you guys are really going to enjoy yourselves, because this is a very entertaining game throughout. And it was roughly about a 30-minute match. I think I'm playing 7-minute quarters, and I broke it down in terms of the highlights throughout the game. It's still you know, a 12-minute game solely from highlights and solely from big plays and cool plays and whatnot. So you guys be checking that out. So what I want to do for this video is I want to break down, give you guys my review of Madden NFL 13. Now, I've been playing this game religiously for a better part of 10 hours. I got it at 6 o'clock, and I haven't really stopped playing. At the time of me recording this, how I can tell whether or not a game is going to be good, I've heard this expression used on YouTube a couple of times, but if the game is good enough that you are neglecting personal hygiene, if you are not eating properly because you're having so much fun, you're just so indulged within a game, then it's probably a good game. And that's exactly what's going on with this. I've eaten 2 little tiny bags of Doritos all day long. Like, I've been downing Coca-Colas. Like, I just sit here just playing this game nonstop. It is so much fun to play. I just don't want to stop. There's so many different features into the game. The game itself is so new. Okay, well, first thing I want to talk about is the new Infinity Engine, which you've seen that play action right there. Obviously, that was pretty goofy. I don't know if that was a glitch in the game or what. It looked kind of cheesy, but look at everything else. Just look how beautiful it is. So, new Infinity Engine, I don't have the exact numbers, but I heard something along like 300 or 400 or 500 new catching animations alone, a bunch of new tackling animations, a whole new total control passing system. The game itself, in terms of gameplay mechanics and gameplay features, is probably the best in any Madden that I've played. Mind you, I've been playing Madden since Madden 2004 when Michael Vick was on the cover. So yeah, it's been a few years since I've been playing Madden, and this is the best one that I've played in terms of graphics, in terms of gameplay. It's phenomenal. I mean, I'm gonna do this as an honest review. I'm not gonna be sitting here this entire time saying it's the greatest game, it's the end all be all. There are some gripes I have with it. I'm gonna be getting that down the road. But first and foremost, we're gonna talk about the new Infinity Engine. I love it. It's amazing. It's the graphics in the game, the commentary. I don't know if you guys have been hearing much about this, or if you guys have been paying much attention, but they've really revamped the commentary in this latest edition of Madden. The commentary is so phenomenal. It's actually in depth. It actually is coherent with what's going on in the gameplay in the game. You know, it's amazing. I realize a whole new presentation that they bring to the game is phenomenal. The commentators actually talk about different things. You don't hear them repeat. Like, I played a lot of NBA 2K12. I did. And it got so repetitive listening to the commentators talk about the same stuff and the same stuff and the same stuff and the same stuff. I've played about 10 games overall. I mean, I haven't tinkered around with the game. I've played about 10 full-length matches today, and I haven't heard them talk about the same thing twice. And it's pretty cool in that sense. It's really amazing in that sense. The commentary is amazing, and the new Infinity Engine in terms of graphics and gameplay mechanics, things like that, you know, the way the game has changed slightly is pretty good. It's pretty damn good. I'm gonna go as far as say it's the best I've ever experienced in a Madden. Now, next thing I want to talk to you guys about would actually be the connected careers. Now, I didn't even know what connected careers was going to be because I really wasn't paying that much attention to Madden. I just knew, hey, a new Madden's coming out, and I just so happened to check Twitter, and the Madden EA Sports official Twitter people, yeah, they put out a link to a live stream they were doing. And in this live stream, we started talking about connected careers. And so after I downloaded the game, I checked out connected careers a little bit more. It's basically combining franchise as well as my player. It's a really cool idea. Now, how connected career works is you go in there and you can start your new career. You can start as a player or as a coach. Now, you have a bunch of different options if you want to do this as a player or a coach. Let's say, for example, you want to start your career as a player. You can create your player from scratch, similar to like the previous NFL Superstar modes that we've become accustomed to from all the previous Maddens. Or you can use GameFace, which if you go to easports.com/GameFace, you log in and whatnot, and you basically upload a picture, and they will take your face, make a 3D model of it, and upload it into the game. I can't do that because my EA account's like all goofed up for some reason, but it's a cool idea. It's a really cool idea. That's the same as making your own NFL Superstar. And then you can take a current player. Let's say, let me use for example, Peyton Manning. You can take Peyton Manning and start his career in Denver. You can go play with him, or you can do like a rookie player, for example. Let's think of a rookie. You can be like a Ryan Tannehill down in Miami right now. You can go be him. You can be a Trent Richardson up in Cleveland. You can be whoever you want, or you can be just a random run-of-the-mill player like Tony Romo, or whoever you want to be. Go be Brian Urlacher. It doesn't matter. You can be who you want to be. That's kind of cool. That's really fun, interesting in that light, and just how it works. And there's a bunch of goals, and you raise your player through XP for doing challenges, like getting X amount of tackles per game, or completing whatever percentage of your passes per game. Things like that, kind of similar to the NBA 2K12. My player mode. The one gripe I have with the my player mode in terms of that being a player is it's goofy, right? So I actually made a player and I made him a wide receiver. And I put myself on Denver because I thought it'd be really fun to try and play with Peyton Manning. And what's really nice though is they have this really cool backstory idea. You can be a first-round draft pick, a late-round draft pick, or an undrafted free agent. And then your stats start off as so, and then kind of build your story off of that. And it's pretty cool and interesting. So I was undrafted free agent wide receiver. I went to Denver, and it was weird because every play that was on the field, I got to call the play. Like, picture it, you're a undrafted free agent wide receiver for the Denver Broncos in a preseason game, coming in like the third quarter, and you're the one calling the plays. And the weirdest part about it is the fact that they give you like this really weird player angle. Like instead, like in the previous games, like NFL Superstar mode or whatever, if you're a wide receiver, it zooms in on your receiver and kind of shows you the perspective from your area of the field. Not in this. It's the exact same as when you're playing like a franchise game. And you get the view of the quarterback. You can barely see yourself as wide receiver out there. So it's kind of goofy in that. The My Player is not so great. But the My Coach is amazing. The My Coach is phenomenal. So what My Coach basically did is it took franchise mode to a whole new level. So kind of similar to player, you can create a coach. Now what you can do, you can game face your coach. You go into easports.com/gameface, wherever, and make your own face, basically create your own coach. Or you can take the other approach without the game face and just actually make your own coach, which is kind of the route I went and just made my own guy. Or you can take a current NFL coach, Mike Tomlin, Andy Reid, someone like that. Or you can take a Hall of Fame coach, like someone like Bill Walsh or Tom Landry or Vince Lombardi, something like that. You can go through those, and then you start your career, or you continue a career, depending on who you picked. And it's really, really cool. They keep track of your individual win-loss ratio. It keeps track of, they're basically the whole point of it is you're trying to build your legacy as a coach. They give you legacy, what is called legacy points. And with these legacy points, like little tiny challenges you can complete that'll gain you XP, like one of your weekly challenges, like I started, this is actually what you're watching right now, is actually my first game in my legacy thing as a coach, or no, this is I'm so sorry about this. This is actually this is a play now game we're watching on the screen now. I did record my very first game. It was against the Eagles in my little career, my little coach road to glory thing. It was pretty cool. It was really interesting. And like one of the objectives I had for that particular game was to score 3 passing touchdowns, which I did, which gave me extra coach points. But with these coach points, you can go ahead. You can try different things like you can buy this package with those points that will allow it so like free agent running backs will lean towards your team a little bit more, or wide receivers will be less likely to retire from your team if you have a really old receiver. Little things like that you can do, as well as they let you progress your players. Now let's say Brandon Weeden, right here, the guy I'm using in this game. Let's say Brandon Weeden has a really good game. He might get a bunch of XP, and then every week you can take that XP and you can put it towards something. Now it takes a lot. Like I think 20,000 maybe. I think honestly it takes like somewhere in the range of maybe 20,000 XP to like make his throwing power go up by 1. But little things like that, but over time it does progress, and especially if it's a young quarterback like him who has a lot of upside, then you can progress those players gradually throughout, and it's a really good overall system. It basically takes franchise mode and makes it amazing. The one gripe I have with franchise mode is I'm very, forgive me for this word, but I'm very anal about this kind of thing. You can't edit the players once you're in franchise, or once you're in your coach or in your connected career. And it kind of bothers me. Like, Chad Ochocinco is a free agent, or Chad Johnson, he changed his name back. He was a free agent, so I signed him. Little did I know, I already had number 85 on my team, and they gave Chad number 81. I'm like, well, that's stupid. Let me find who's number 85. And I found him. I'm like, all right, well, I'll switch his number to like 89 or something like that. They'll free up 85 to get the Chad. Because I can't stand when you have Chad Ochocinco, Chad Johnson doesn't have number 85. That's something that will bother me. And so, you can't do that. You can't edit the player at all. And like sometimes, like when you draft a player, you guys have probably seen it. You draft a player, he'll have an amber face mat or an amber visor on for some reason, with one glove on his right hand and no glove on his left hand, and one of his socks will be bigger than the other. Sometimes the players just come out goofy from the draft. You don't know. You kind of change it around, make them look professional. Give them a glove on each hand, maybe give them some arm pads or something. Maybe give them a visor, depending on what kind of player it is and whatnot. You can do those kind of things, and it makes your players look good. Well, you can't do that. You can't even change his numbers anymore. And I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. I signed, who did I sign? I signed Andre Davis, who is actually the middle linebacker. He used to play for the Browns, and he wouldn't play for the Bills. I think he played for a couple other teams as well. But he's a free agent. And I signed him because the Browns are pretty weak at linebacker, and he's number 0. And I can't change that. I signed Ernie Sims, another outside linebacker, or an outside linebacker, and he is number 1. Yeah, so little things like that kind of bother me. Overall, by and large, this game's amazing. The presentation's amazing. There's little nuances like that, but if you're looking for a fun experience just to play against your friends or just to play your career mode and stuff like that, it's Madden, but it's a better version of Madden. So now that I basically got that all out of the way, got the review out of the way, I would like to just leave you guys with the game audio of the end of this game right here. You guys can check that out, listen to it, and just to see the presentation. Remember, rate the video. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.
Right down to the wire. And coming up next is the post-game wrap-up, brought to you by Gatorade G-Series Recover, giving you the protein you need to rebuild your muscles.
You've often talked about prime time and how the players of today have this "it's all about me" kind of a mentality. And for you in the booth, you had to enjoy it being all about you, having a chance to call this one today in prime time.
That's right. It's all about me, and it would have been if I could have just got you to be quiet for a few minutes. But it's awesome to win in a game that's featured in everybody in the country. All your peers, they watch you. It just doesn't get better.
For Phil Simms and all the crew at EA Sports, Jim Nance saying so long for now.